All right, let's talk about a trade that I took this morning. All right, so stepped into the charts and I did my normal Asia high, Asia low, London high, London low, previous day high and low. Boom. Those are my time-based liquidities. I watch them like a hawk. All right. As you can see, this one's not perfect. There's a tiny wick sticking out there. That's okay. All right, I'm not that picky. Some people are like, whoa, dude, gotta put it right on. It's fine. All right, so we swept. Okay. I came into the market. I was a little late this morning. I probably would have actually taken the trade over here, but just wasn't feeling 100%. But it's all good. So here we go. So here's the trade, okay? And I'll open this up in Top Step so you guys can see the actual executions. All right. But I mean, this is it, guys. Like, we swept the London high. All right. And we displaced. We got a big displacement. I was thinking, well, here we go. All right. Now, because of this big move right here, this was something that I was going to pay attention to, which you know, this gap up, right, in the middle of the night. So I knew, I don't ever know anything, but I thought we might retrace into some of that at least. If we were super bullish, I figured we'd retrace into it just a little bit. Okay, maybe halfway from this actual move, right? So I would pull a fib from the top to bottom, go to the 50% retracement, which I think was somewhere in here, and that's where I would expect we would go, maybe a little bit further into that golden pocket thing people talk about a lot. Anyway, so that's what I was expecting, right? So I went ahead, I came in, and I ended up taking a short. Stops pretty much right above these highs up here. Cut it out. I think it was more like right at this candle top. There we go. 1 to 3. That sounds about right. All right. Whenever I start getting 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 5, I get very aggressive with my TPs because I'm not in this to be greedy, right? Yes, it would be nice if we went to previous day low and I got a 1 to 10. Let's be realistic. How often does that happen? All right. I like a little bit higher of a close rate than that. Okay. All right. So the greed is what kept me from holding on to this too long and being able to take profit pretty much right on the bottom of that wick. It was pretty crazy. I usually don't get that close to the bottom of the day, but that's where we were, at least for our session. And then we rocketed off, but I was done trading by then. Excuse me. All right. So let's just go over it one more time. London highs, they got swept. Okay. We pushed down with the displacement at market opened. Okay. I really anticipated us pushing into this gap up, at least a little bit, right? So that was the context of the trade. When we retrace just these couple of candles right here, okay, those couple of candles right there that we retraced, I said, that's closing in my R&R to make it pretty sweet. So put some risk on. Now I went very low risk today. I did not want to put a lot on the trade because of it, right? But here's the actual executions in the Top Step account. And so we got in at 20,824, boom, okay. And then I got out on this wick down here at 695, so right there-ish, right? So that was good. That was a good trade. Taking profit because I knew we weren't going to, I don't know anything, like I said, but I felt like we weren't going to push too far into this because I feel like we were still bullish overall in the market. I feel like they would try and want to clean a lot of this out to this liquidity. So I figured there'd be a lot of liquidity sitting there. Okay. So yeah, that was the trade. Nice and simple. Not full of greed and fear and FOMO, which I deal with all the time. Guys, if you haven't watched my Best Loser Wins series that I did going over Tom Hogarth's book, The Best Loser Wins, please check it out. It's that kind of mind frame that has allowed me to become successful. So this was a good trade. It was a quick snipe. I mean, I wasn't in this thing very long at all. I barely held this trade for any time, right? Just a couple of minutes, really. Boom, out, done for the day, okay? And like I said, of course, I knew other people that were looking at longs and things, but I'm just, it was good. So that was the trade. I hope this has been helpful for you. I hope this has been an encouragement. Yet again, like I said, I like to keep my trading simple. I don't want to pull, 90 million indicators and this and that and measure and targets and, even standard deviation, which, I've used and it's great. But I simplified it all, and the fact that I simplified it made things a lot easier. We came up to one of my time-based liquidities. We swept it. We moved into a displacement in the market open. I decided to take a short, thinking we would push into what I felt was the draw on liquidity, which was this gap. We drew into it. I had a great R&R return. I closed the trade. Done. Okay. Yes, it was a low risk trade. Usually I trade between like 3 and 7 minis. I keep it simple. But I just threw one on, and ended up being a good trade. So I wanted to share it with you. Like I said, hope it's helpful. Check out The Best Loser Wins, and I'll see you guys in the next video.